We are well and truly into the 2023 Formula 1 season, so let's discuss my top 10 favourite Formula 1 helmets of the drivers this year. And in 10th place is Carlos Sainz. I really like this helmet design, but for me there's a few things I would change if it was my helmet. It's the front angle, which I don't really like that much. It just sort of looks far too squarey and boxed off, and behind the Ferrari logo is this really random red strip which just doesn't do it for me. And just below that there's like two lines on each side of the helmet above the visor, and it just doesn't look good in my opinion from the front. Other than that though, I do really like the fact that it takes inspiration from the Spanish flag and how it kind of integrates that into the side of the helmet. The side of the helmet is definitely the best view in my opinion, but it's just that front which puts it in 10th place. And next up we have Lance Stroll in 9th place. I do really like this helmet in the sense that it basically is the Aston Martin colours on a helmet. I love how the wings have been incorporated this year. When they first got introduced they were kind of silver and nice, and then like last year they were a bit faded into the helmet, but now they've made them white. It's very visible, it's very nice. I like this helmet because of the tie into the car. It would be nicer if the helmet colour was the exact colour of the car, but apart from that I can't really knock it, so it's in 9th place. Now this is an interesting one for me because in 8th place is Logan Sargent's helmet. I really like this helmet in the fact it's blue with white. It does look a little bit like lots of stuff is going on in the sense there's lots of lines and dashes everywhere, but I think it does tie in very nicely, and the American flag kind of goes with these lines and dashes, and it's very good in that sense. It's a really nice helmet overall. Not my favourite, but just a solid design. You can't really go wrong with a design like this, to be fair. In 7th place is Charles Leclerc's helmet, and the reason I really like this, again because it fits in with the whole car theme. It's red and the car is red, but another reason I like it is because it takes tribute to his heritage, being a Monegasque. His number, it looks like the Monaco flag, and there's lots of little hints towards the Monaco flag all throughout the helmet, and it's just a solid design with that hint towards his home country, similar to Logan Sargent I suppose you could say. And yeah, I really like it. He's had this one for a couple of years now, or one that's similar to it, and yeah, I really like it. It's a solid design. Good job Charles Leclerc. In 6th place is Alex Albon's helmet. It's fundamentally dark blue with lots of pink lines to give it its design, but as a package it just looks so good. And that A on the side of Alex Albon's logo, it's very visible, it promotes Alex Albon, and it just looks cool into the helmet. Another thing that I also like, and I've kind of said, like taking heritage and paying tribute to your home country. Alex Albon has always had the Thailand flag as a strip at the back of his helmet from the very first season he was in, and here it's still on the helmet. It looks cool, and there's Duracell batteries on the helmet. Need I say more? Next up in 5th place is George Russell's helmet. Now this is a little bit peculiar to me because in pre-season testing and before the season started, he advertised it being green, like the Monster Energy green, and it looked so cool. But then he changed it to blue, similar to last year how he had it blue, and I love it. I love the green, but I love blue even more because blue is my favourite colour, and I liked this helmet last year and it's fundamentally the same, so I love it this year. It's cool how they've integrated all the logos into the helmet, how you've got George Russell's number on the side. It's blue and I like it. So let's move on to number 4. I was a bit sceptical of Fernando Alonso's helmet going into the 2023 season because something I look for is, do their helmets match their cars? And I was a bit worried that Fernando's colours wouldn't match the cars, but this year he's done it perfectly, because if you see that kind of bright yellowy green colour in the back of the shot, you know it's Fernando Alonso. And that's enough. It's a bit like Ayrton Senna, how he had that bright yellow helmet and you knew it was him. I love this design because he's kept his colours fundamentally, but he's just tweaked them slightly and tweaked the design to fit Aston Martin. Something I didn't even notice until today was the Aston Martin wings he's got on the side, which is very nice and pays homage to the Aston Martin car. I love the blue, I love the yellowy greeny sort of weird colour. It's all together a very nice helmet, and I'm supporting Fernando Alonso this year, so there's definitely no bias here. We're heading into the top 3, and in P3 is Valtteri Bottas. As I've said throughout this video, I love blue, and this has blue and black and white, and it just all goes really nicely together. I really have liked Valtteri's helmets before, and I feel like this kind of like is the tip of the iceberg. It looks so cool, and the Alfa Romeo logo integrates into the helmet so nicely, and the blue, it's simplistic, it's not over the top, but it's really cool, and I love it. So moving on to P2. Lando Norris is up next with his helmet, and his has pretty much stayed the same year on year with few tweaks each year. And this year the biggest tweak is the blue lines have changed to carbon fibre, which matches the car. I really like this tribute to the car and how it kind of has that tie-in. I love this helmet year on year, and it's probably always been in my top 3. I just love it so much, and the yellow is so iconic now. He should stick with this design for the rest of his career pretty much, because he's cemented it and it looks good. Moving on to P1. So my favourite design of the 2023 season is Yuki Sonodas. I love this thing. It may not be the brightest in terms of colour, it may not be the most intricate design, it may not be the most simplistic design, but it is, in my opinion, the best design because of paying homage to your country. It's got the leaves of Japan on the helmet, and it ties in the AlphaTauri logo really neatly into the leaves design, and it just looks so cool. It is honestly one of the best helmets I've seen in quite a long time. I just love it, and I think Yuki Sonoda should be very proud to wear this race helmet. So that is my top 10 favourite race helmets of the 2023 season. I hope you've enjoyed me rambling on about helmets and designs. Realistically, I know nothing about design work, but there you go. Thank you very much for listening. If you want to subscribe. If you want to like, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and I'll see you later.